So, me and audiobooks, I have no rhyme and reason to how I listen to audiobooks. I could start this video and say, hey, I'm going to do a reading vlog where I read a bunch of Christmas romances. I could say I'm going to do a backlist books. I have no idea. I'm going to pick up what I'm in the middle to pick up, like what I want to pick up, and that's it. So I was planning on starting A Court of Thorns and Roses this week on audio, but that got distracted because I don't think it's a good audiobook to listen to when I'm at work. So I picked up My Darling December by Laura Asher. I will attach a photo here. It's a really, really quick audiobook. I will be done with that tomorrow. But it's a second chance brother's best friend romance. I do not know what town this book is in, but it's fun. Like, you have a main character who is a pediatric nurse, which is a hard profession. There was a lot of hard conversations about that. But her sister basically is getting married to her ex-boyfriend, which is like really, really awkward, and she kind of like made it her mission to kind of not be home. But because she's a traveling nurse, she kind of decided to take a stint home for Christmas. She's working at the local hospital, and now she is crossing paths, I think, with her like soon to be brother-in-law, and they have never really gotten along, but they're kind of crossing paths, and it's fun. Like, I really am liking it. It's a quick listen, it's digestible, it's readable, and it's fun. It's like a quick romance. It gives me Stars Hollow vibes, which is something I always look for when I read Christmas romances, because I like the small town vibes. So yeah, I have like an hour and a half left of that. So tomorrow, if I get all my preps out, I should be able to wrap it up. I'm also doing a training at my job, which is just like me reading a lot on a screen. So as I'm reading, I can listen to an audiobook. Shh, just don't tell nobody. But I mean, they don't really care. But I am still doing the training, so it's just a lot of tedious work. So I'm doing that. But I don't know what I'm gonna listen to next. I think I might try to read The Christmas Tree Farm this week. And then I also might try to listen to my audiobook for the book club that Leandra and Danny started. So maybe I'll break it up. Maybe I'll do a Christmas romance, a mystery, a Christmas romance, and then a mystery. I don't know. As you can see, it's really, really hard for me not to have a plan when I start vlogging. So this vlog wasn't even planned to plan, but maybe I'll just tell you guys what I wound up listening to this week. Also, other things I'm listening to is I am just taking a look through my Spotify Wrapped and listening to my music, which is normally what I do at the end of the year. And I'm also listening to MuggleCast. I fell really, really far behind on MuggleCast, and now I'm only 3 episodes behind, but there's a lot of podcasts that I'm super far behind on, so I would like to catch that up before next week, because when I go on Christmas break, I don't listen to a ton of podcasts. I don't think I'll be able to listen to them all, but my goal is to start 2025 fresh with podcasts, and that's always hard to do. All right, I will be back tomorrow when I have another update on my audiobooks, and we'll talk soon. Bye. Hey, Victorians, I'm back. I've got an hour left of My Darling December by Laura Asher. I'm really liking this book. It's a fun read. It's quick. It has second chance vibes. It does definitely deal with like interesting characters. Like, I really do like the characters. I was never really interested in Laura Asher's Billionaire series or her other series, but this is set in like I think it has like a pink cover. I can't remember the name of it. So I may actually give that book a shot and just see where these characters kind of float in, and where this like side character kind of appears, because I do like her writing style. It's very, very digestible. It's very, very easy. It's a very, very quick read. I will definitely have this done by tomorrow. I definitely will. But I don't know what I'm going to read next. I think I'm just going to kind of play it by ear. I may pick up Fourth Wing. I may pick up that murder mystery that Leandra and Danny are reading. I may pick up The Christmas Tree Farm. I don't know what I'm in the mood to read. So that's really just where I'm going to let I think what I might do is I might read the first chapter, like the first 5 chapters of Fourth Wing, like re-listen to it, because I really want to reread that book before I go into a next storm. But I may pick up a romance. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm in the mood for. I may just see how long it takes me to read. An hour. I could probably finish it in the morning. But again, it just depends on what I'm picking up. I'm also still listening to MuggleCast, and they just released another episode, so I'm a little bit farther behind than I would like, which is fine. So yeah, that is where we are. I am liking it though. It's definitely going to be a solid Christmas romance, and definitely will be a book that I will want to check out more books by that author. which is sometimes why I pick up novellas. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna read next. The next book could be a lot of things. It just depends on what I'm in the mood for. So I will be back tomorrow for another update. Bye. Hi Book Dragons! I'm back for another vlog. So I think I'm going to pick up some of the books that I did not finish this year. I do have a little bit of a stack of some special edition books that I did not finish this year, that I started and then I got distracted and then they just never got read. Also, I am doing some Bookemon prompts for 2025 and I just want to get my Bookemon, so a couple of these will work. It just kind of depends on which one finishes first. So the first book I'm going to read is City of Stardust by Georgia Summers. This was from Fairy Loot and I don't remember liking it when I was reading it, and then I put it down for a read-a-thon. I never picked it back up. So I'm going to start with this. This also does have stars on the cover, which will work for one of my 2025 starter Bookemons, which is good. I also have A Feather So Black by Lena Celine, and this is another book that I did read about 100 pages in, and then I put down the book, but this is going to be a book that's for a dark cover, so this one might work for that as well. And then the other book I want to finish in this vlog is A Fate Inked in Blood, which I also read about 148 pages in. So all of these I've read some amount of pages and not enough to like really think where I was, but I'm going to go back and I'm going to start from the beginning and I'm going to read about 50 pages in this book. This book is also orange toned, so all of these books could work for like any of the prompts, to be very honest with you. This is also like a dark cover as well. So yeah, I don't know. This book could like count for all of them in theory because it is a dark cover. It does have orange tones. So I don't know. I'm going to decide. And also, my God, these edges are so pretty. So yeah, I think I'm going to start with this. I'm also listening to an audiobook, which has nothing to do with this book. But so when I read a bit more of that, I will give you guys an update. But yeah, we are going to tackle some special editions. That is the plan for the week, and I will talk to you guys when I have an update for you. Bye. Hey Book Dragons, I'm back. I didn't wind up updating a lot yesterday and it was Sunday just because I went to go see Wicked and I was like, it was like honestly like a 3-hour movie. Really, really good. Like such a fun movie. It's been so long in the making and I'm really happy that I finally got to see it and I had a fun time, but I just was not feeling my best when I came home and I really just felt like sitting down and reading. So that is what I did. I will admit, Tuesdays are my worst days, like at work. Not work, my worst days, but they're just very, very busy. We have to I have to wake up early. I have to go to work. There's like a bunch of stuff happening. So reading wise, right now, I only got up to page 60 in my book. So I'm reading City of Stardust by Georgia Summers. This is a very, very interesting story, and basically you follow a lot of different characters. But basically you follow this family, and they have a niece named... oh, what is the hell's her name? I know I can't think of her name. Mariana's daughter, Violet. And her mom has gone missing and she's kind of stuck staying with her uncle. But people are after her mom and she doesn't know why. So then in like the future, you see Alexandra trying to get connected to her. But like, you don't really know anything about these world. Like you don't. I would love to give you guys an update when I finish part 1 because I feel like I'm still like introductory and getting to know the story. But I am like having a fun time with it. Like it's very, very digestible. It's very, very quick. This edition is stunning. And I haven't heard anyone talk about it either. So yeah, and my goal is to get up to page 100 tonight. That is my secret goal. I think Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading is doing sprints, so that might be something I pop onto. So yeah, I will talk to you guys when I have an update. Hi friends, I always put my camera on my tripod, but honestly, I'm just being a bit lazy. It is late for me and I don't normally update twice in a day, but I did want to say, so I have a little bit of a better clip, I did wind up getting up to 100 pages in City of Stardust. I did wind up finishing chapter part 1. I am liking this book. It is very, very weird. I think it has a lot of characters and I think that the way that this story is being told, the way it's being told, you're not feeling that connected to anyone because there is so many people. So like there was a pretty traumatic scene and I just didn't feel anything with that. But I will say the way that this story is written, it does give me Starless Sea vibes by Aaron Morgenstern. Very whimsy, very, very magical society. Like, I'm really liking it, but also there's a lot of mysteries connected to like the main characters in the story, especially our main character. Her mother is a part of a line, and her mother has to kind of like do something so that her line is kind of like uncursed. But since they can't find the mother, they're going to use the daughter as the sacrifice, basically, and she doesn't want that to happen. And her uncles have been trying to protect her for her whole life. So I'm very intrigued by that. I've read 100 pages. I'm watching Books with Jams, and I think I'm just gonna try to keep reading. I will give you guys an update tomorrow when I get home from work, and I hope I'm like pretty far into this book. I like this book. I just don't feel that connected to anything because we have met so many characters and we've been in like so many different point of views. So just a note about that, but I will be back tomorrow for another update. Bye. Hi Book Dragons, I am back. I am here for a bit of an update. It is Tuesday, so I have actually been getting on a very, very good schedule, which I'm actually happy about. I got new weights after work, and I've been working on that. My show play does start next week, so that's gonna tick into my working out a little bit, but that is okay. So I did wind up getting up to part, let's see, is it part 2? I think I'm about to start part 3 in the City of Stardust. This book is very confusing, I will say that, and like literally this book is very, very short. This book is like under 300 pages. So you basically have a character named Violet. Is it Violet? Yeah, I think it's Violet. Yeah. And she lives in a family, and there's a magical connection to her family, and a curse has been placed on her family. And due to that curse, her mother has gone missing, and she's kind of next in line to kind of take the curse. And now people are kind of hunting her, which Violet's parts I do really, really like, but everything else is like so confusing because I just feel like I'm not really learning anything about the characters. Like, for example, I think I said in the previous thing, there was like a big death, like there was something that happened that I felt like if I would have cared, I would have been very like invested. But because you're so like disconnected from the characters, it's just really, really hard to feel connected, and I'm so bummed because I really do love this edition. So this one might be one that I just keep because I love this edition. This edition is like all of my favorite colors. Look at these sprayed edges. So, but I don't know, I'm just struggling to feel a little bit connected to the characters, to be very, very honest. So I'm gonna go read to part 4, which is like 220 pages in. And I think I'm definitely going to finish this. I would have, if I didn't just spend a ridiculous amount of money on Audible, I probably would have grabbed the audio and I probably would have just listened to it. But that's not the world we're living in. I might see how much it is. I know it is on Everand as well. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like debating. Do I want to physically read this or do I want to grab the audio? So I don't know. But I'm going to at least physically read a bit more tonight and then just kind of see how I feel. But the characters aren't pulling me in. So that is where we are with that. And I'll be back for another update when I get through part 4. Hi, Book Dragons. I am back. I just wanted to do a quick update. I will say this vlog, content-wise, did not go as according to plan because I changed a lot of books, so you're going to see books in this vlog that were supposed to be in my other vlog, but just did not go according to plan. So, I did wind up finishing City of Stardust by Georgia Summers. This cover is so pretty. Sadly, this book was just not for me, I don't think. I think that it didn't really hit. I read the last, like, 2.5 hours of this, like, as I was at work and as I was cleaning, because I had a bunch of free periods. This book, I feel like it didn't know what to do. I felt like there was no tension in the story. We met a ridiculous amount of characters, and none of them made a real impression on me. Not even Violet, our main character. So I sort of just like, it wasn't like a book I wanted to be reading, but I wanted to finish it because it is a pretty edition, and I really want to decide if I'm going to keep it. Sprayed edges alone, I would keep it just to like put it on my shelf like this because I really do like the sprayed edges, but we will see. So yeah, that is the book that I finished, and I do not know what order this is going to go in. But I also did wind up finishing My Darling December by Laura Asher, which I would have included a clip at some point in here about what it looks like. But I had a really, really fun time with this book. I'm gonna give this book 4 stars. This, 2.5, rounding up to 3. But that book was a 4 stars. It was a fun romance. I want to go back and read her new book. I think I just got it on Audible for like $7.44 for like the Kindle Read and Sync. And I got the audiobook. That's really how I get a lot of my audiobooks. So I like that. Was fun. It was fun. It was a sister's, like, she had dated this guy, like, and that person decided to marry her sister. So she fell for her brother-in-law, basically. And they had some conflict. It was fun. It was really, really cute. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give that one 4 stars. So I am in the middle. A long time ago, over the summer, I started reading A Fate Inked in Blood with Beatrice from Beatrice's Book Nook. I will link her because it'll probably be the blog that I'm going to read this for. She wound up reading it ahead, which is totally fine, and I just stopped reading. So I'm going to go back. I got the audio from my Libby, and I'm just going to read the first 16 chapters because that's where I was at. Literally, I was tabbing it. Do not remember anything. I was reading about a page, and I'm like, you know what? Because I was in the middle of this book, it feels like homework to me to go back and start it. So tomorrow, when I have a little bit of time off in the morning, I'm just going to power through and see if I could get up to chapter 16. Because I don't know what this is about. It is also a romantasy. So I am just going to talk about this in this vlog because it will be an audiobook. But yeah, so that is where we are with that. I'm not going to read any more tonight, but that is the plan for tomorrow, is to kind of tackle this. So yeah. And then at this point, I will have three books in this vlog, so I may just put this vlog up. But I have to go start my, like, other vlog, because I haven't started that vlog at all, because I haven't read anything physically. Because this book really did put me in a slump, but I was just not wanting to pick it up. So I'm going to go start my other vlog that has to do with some special editions or just books that I want to read. And I will talk to you guys soon for another update, probably tomorrow. Hi Victorgans, I am back. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to chapter like 3 in this book. I didn't get a ton of listening done because my audiobook died and I had to run some errands and stuff. So I did wind up getting up to chapter page like, I think it's like, what is it, chapter 2. So I literally read like 11 pages in this book. But it is a reread. I have read the first 16 pages and I just want to really acquaint myself well with the world. So that's why like I'm not fretting about that. I also am almost done catching up with Mugglecast, so I'm in the last episode that I have to listen to before they go on hiatus and break for the holidays. And then I also listened to like 10 minutes of the Fine Print by Lauren Asher, because it was the only audiobook that like worked, because when the other one didn't work, but I don't really want to talk about that. I was just listening to something to have something to listen to. So that is where we are with that. I will update you guys tomorrow after work. I'm supposed to have 4 periods off tomorrow. We will see. It is the holiday season, so sometimes people get sick and have to take days off, but I'm supposed to have 4 periods off, and I also have to decorate my door for our door decorating contest, which I don't anticipate winning, but I do have a little bit of like a fun idea, and I want to run it by the kids tomorrow and see if they will help me do it. So yeah, that is where we are. I will give you an update tomorrow on both the podcast that I'm listening to and also how much progress I make in this. So yeah, I do want to finish a couple of books this week, or like, before the weekend, because the next couple of weeks I want to focus on rereading, catching up on some series. Like, that is really going to be the goal. But I also do want to do one more like holiday romance reading vlog, so that will probably be next week. So I do not know how long this vlog will be, to be very, very honest. I'll probably close it out on Sunday, no matter how long the vlog is. So yeah, I will be back tomorrow for another update, but I don't have a lot of updates just because my audiobook did not cooperate and I was a little bit busy. So I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi there, Dragons, I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up, between yesterday and this morning, I did wind up getting up to chapter 16 in A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. And I am liking this book. Definitely, I think I'm not as hooked as I was with The Bird Kingdom, because I don't feel super connected to the characters. I think the story is a little bit convoluted and I think I'm losing it, but I do have a physical copy and I do also have a audiobook, and I think I'm just gonna power through and finish the audiobook to kind of decide if I want to keep going. But I do like the premise of the story. It's just a lot is happening and I don't feel super connected to the romance in the story, to be very honest. But you basically have this character who is God blessed, and that is like a secret. She shouldn't be God blessed. And she winds up getting married to the king, but her son is the one that like is watching over her. And yeah, there's a lot of like political warring. This is a very, very war heavy book, and that's never been a big fan of mine. But I'm exactly where I left off. When I first read this book, I read about 150 pages, and I felt sort of the same way. I will be honest, war books at the start are not always my favorite because the skirmishes kind of bore me a little bit. So I am going to finish. I'm going to keep reading this today and hopefully finish it by the end of the weekend. So yeah, that is the plan. I'm probably going to read for a little bit my book and then like take a break and like read a little bit more of this. So the next time you see me, I will have got up to maybe like maybe I'll get up to chapter 20 or get up to like 50% of this book is probably like the next time you'll see me, and I'll see how I'm feeling. But yeah, that is the thought about this. Hey Big Dragons, I'm back for a little bit of a sad update in this vlog. I did decide to DNF A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen, and I'm a little bit sad because I really had high hopes for this book. I have like other books by this author, and honestly, I am not a big war girly. If there's a book set in a war field, which is basically what this is, I'm gonna lose interest. And the character romance is not hitting for me 50% in. I was really hopeful because I do like Norse mythology. I have like books by this author in the before. But again, because I'm kind of getting into romantasy, I'm still unsure how I want to listen to romantasy books. Because when I read fantasy books, I read them physically. And when I read romances, I audiobook them. So I think what I'm going to do in the next year when I do get a romantasy book, I'm going to either try to have access to the audio and the physical book or get it from my library, because this book just did not hit, and I don't want to struggle through books anymore. This is my pretty edition. This is my pretty edition, so I'm a little bit sad about that. But I do want to go back. I do want to read The Bridge Kingdom. I do want to read other books by Danielle Jensen. I'm just not sure if this book is for me because I really struggle with war books. And I think if you like a romance, like a war setting, I think this book would hit for you. I think the unexpected dynamics between our two mains also was a little bit confusing. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to DNF this. Sorry. I do have a pretty edition as well, which is a little bit sad. But, so my plans right now is I'm going to end this vlog. So in this vlog, I listened to 3 things. I listened to City of Stardust, which I gave 2.5 stars, which I did not love. I listened to My Darling December, which I gave 4 stars to, and I had a super fun time. And then I listened to a bunch of podcasts, and then I DNF'd A Fate Inked in Blood. So, that is where we are. That is where we are. Yeah. So I'm gonna go read physically for a bit and go do another vlog, but this vlog is over, and I think I like doing this. I like doing an audio vlog every week and a physical vlog every week because I'm always reading like at least 2 things at once. So I'm gonna wrap this vlog up. Let me know, how do you read? Do you have an audiobook and a physical book for every book that you read? Do you have an audiobook and a physical book that are totally different? I would love to know. And I will talk to you guys for another video soon. Bye.